Alright, well, here she is. This is my double neck guitar, 6-string and bass. Love the way the headstock's turned out. Do some cutaway footage so you can get a better look at some of the details. So the short story is I wanted a double neck guitar to play for this 50s rock and roll night that we do. And I typically play bass and lead parts, and I didn't want to have to switch guitars, plus I thought this thing would be a novelty. So I made this. A couple other things to note. You can just see this reflection here. And then there's another one right there. And if we keep going, these are harder to see, but there's 3 more of them up here. These are proactive repairs that I did because the body cracked. I was like almost finished. I think I'd finished doing the round over, and you'll see this in this series. But the body, I heard it click, and then if I actually sort of flex the body, I could see a crack opening up, and it has to do with the way this board was cut. This side shrank more than this side, and then of course that created the weak spot, and that's why it did that. And the other thing, I finished. See, I could have, just kept refinishing or add more polyurethane and sand it down between coats. This is just an unsanded coat of polyurethane because I didn't have time to do anything else with it before showtime. I had this done like 2 days in advance, and I had never actually practiced with it. So that was sort of an uncomfortable and unwelcome discovery. The other thing is, you can tell from the back, you can see those sweeping sort of check marks or Nike swooshes or however you might describe them. Those are from the belt sander, from the rough sanding work that I did, because again, I had to have this thing done quickly. So this is the other reason I'm happy to sort of take this thing apart and clean it up. So as you can see, I put the input jack on the control plate like I did on that Telecaster, and that worked out really well. The tuning pegs I got for the bass were really nice. They're the split heads, just like these the Cluson style tuners I have on this neck are also split heads. It plays really well. I like a short scale bass neck, so this was a really good choice. And I like aesthetically, I like the way the bits and pieces, the body parts all line up. What I don't like is, and I didn't think of this ahead of time, having the bass neck on the bottom is not particularly comfortable for me because I tend to play with my hand. I have to have it cocked quite a bit, and with a 6-string I occasionally play it like that, and occasionally with the blues grip. So this neck should have been on the bottom, and if you look at Gibson double necks, that's the way they're set up. So that would screw up the aesthetic, and of course I went with this kind of elongated Jaguar style body because that worked really well with the way the necks would be offset at this end, but be lined up at this end. You can tell, obviously, it's too tall. The body's too big. I didn't think of that. I didn't prototype it. I just built it. So not bad for first try, but this definitely needs a bit of cutting down, I think. So coming soon, I'm going to chop an inch out of the middle. I'm going to chop another inch out of here and cut the body away down here. Am I even on camera? No. The leg recess. So I'm going to lose the shape, the sort of Jaguar Jazzmaster shape lower bout. It's just going to look more like a PRS horn, but it's going to shift where the guitar sits, because right now it sits quite far out, which makes it neck heavy. And if I shift it a bit, well, it's still going to be neck heavy, but it's at least going to sit a little, it's going to balance a little better. The paint job was well received. It looks really good. Definitely, I'm not sure if I have this in the footage, but the first attempt, my initial intention for this was for it to be a white guitar with a heavy relic. And I also wanted to try what it would look like to have the back as a dark wood and the front as a paint job, like Gibson's. I just thought, what the heck, have the opportunity to try it. However, this has a 3/8 inch round over, kind of like a Strat. So where do you stop? And you'll notice I just arbitrarily stopped it partway across the body. Now the point, another reason for having the sort of wood grain finished back is so that you can see that this was all one piece of wood. There's no interruption in the grain. And if I chop it, obviously I'm going to completely lose that. But right now this is kind of unplayable. I found it awkward, and when standing, well, when sitting, I can hardly hold the thing. I get hit in the face with the upper horn. And when standing, I have to actually raise and lower the guitar on the strap so that I can play it comfortably. Sitting down and playing the 6 string, it's actually it's too high. I mean, this feels like a, I don't know what. What do you play around your neck? Ukulele? I don't know. I'm also going to finish the neck. This is right now just completely bare and clean. But in my next guitar project, I'm getting another unfinished neck, and I'm going to do it in, what's it called? Tung oil. Not true oil, because that stuff's 5 times as expensive and is apparently really sticky and kind of a hassle to deal with. And again, that's going to be an experiment too. So anyway, very pleased with how this turned out, but for the dimensions of it. So I'm going to fix the body in a rather dramatic follow-up video. I am going to push it through my table saw without taking the strings off. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll do some sound check footage, and then coming up, this thing's going to take a beating. Plus I've got 2 more guitar projects coming up. So stay tuned for that. If this is your first time seeing a video of mine, please subscribe so you can catch the next series that's coming out. Thumbs up would be appreciated. Thanks very much, and thanks for watching.